Bianca.
Howdy.
Hey,
How are you going?
I'm going all right. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
That's good.
Brandon misses out on the hot chocolate.
Yeah,
Sorry,
bad
mate.
luck. No, he doesn't get one. He didn't deserve it. It was a not bad interview, but let's be honest, he's not feeling too well. So
Yeah,
we'll send him home.
That's it.
So, all good. Hey, how's your week been?
Yeah, I've been busy. Been very busy, actually. As in the world of football, we've been up and down and wins and losses. And I tell you what, some of the scores out of last weekend I did not see coming.
Well, I mean, I didn't even see the GB Suns score coming last week. 8-0, like, what an unbelievable result that was. And you think, okay, 8-0, Craig Carley's probably scored 3 or 4 of them, and I look at the result and go...
Sorry, Gaffer.
Sorry, hang on. What? No goals from Craig? No goals from the helicopter?
Well, I think he decided he was going to play the sharing game.
Yeah, good on him.
It is happy days. I'm so excited to see Varney Shamoon with a hat-trick.
Can I just say that is one of the best names going around in football?
Shamoon.
Almost as good as a low qual, but no, Shamoon is just like 3 goals for a hat-trick. That's awesome.
Well, definitely in the past few weeks, Varney's had his opportunities and it just hasn't fallen his way, and I think he's been kicking himself a little bit, so this year is just the turnaround that he needed.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Low qual, 4 goals in 9 appearances. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Look, for technically an under-20s player, he's definitely made his mark in the senior team, and you can see that as a local as well. He's not someone that we've brought in. He's from Shepparton, and it's good to see that he's made his way up from the junior ranks into the senior team, and he's made his mark. He's doing his best.
And he played the full 90 minutes as well, which is fantastic to see as well. Then there was 3 goals there. It was individual goals for Billy Marshall you expect from, Jamie England you expect from, and even Jordan Montagna pretty much you expect from as well.
Well, yeah, Big Geordie. I'm pretty sure that one there came off a corner.
I was going to say, because he's normally a defender, isn't he? And he's pretty much up there for the
corners,
headers.
Because he is a bigger bloke. It's good to get him in there for the set plays. Jamie England scored a penalty and missed a penalty, so...
Jamie?
So, come on, Jay.
Come on, you got to do better than that. You got to score both penalties.
Jay, you're off pens.
That's it.
Definitely the boys had a great game, great result. 15 minutes in and a red card to Nunawading.
Wow.
Yeah, what I don't understand about it was, so the red card was given to a player that it was given so it was from a tackle that was on James Lelliott. Yep. James got a yellow.
Yeah, I noticed that just then. James got a yellow for a card at the same time. Well,
yeah.
No idea. Okay.
We'll let that one go.
All right.
But yeah, so 8-0, clean sheet. Well done, Fraser.
Yeah, well done.
According to Craig, should have been more. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the game last week. As you guys are aware, I didn't even make it into the studio last week. Had some issues with Matthew Elliott with an infection in hospital, all of that. All good now. Back on the track this week. So that's one that they get back. But yeah, none of 10 men after 15 minutes is going to be difficult.
Oh, it's always going to be difficult.
But
when you're minus 35 in goal difference anyway, and
that all comes down to, look, the thing about Nunawading is everyone knows their playing style. Yep. They will not change it up. Like usually when you go into a game, you play to your strengths and their weaknesses. They play their game style and they do not change it.
Okay. Well, at least they're stubborn. So clearly it's worked at some point. Well, they've got 3 wins on the board.
Yeah, and they're also looking very, very good for relegation this season.
I'm trying to find the positives. 3 wins, 3 draws. That's 12 points. Not bad. Good job, guys. But anyway, find a new game style by the sound of it.
So moving on to this week.
Yeah, let's have a look at this week. We take on Box Hill United this afternoon at 3:15 down at Wembley Park.
Yeah, we play in Wembley.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You know,
that's a pretty good job. Now it's a very even. Where are we? NPL 2 East. The ladder looks like it's very even. From 3rd, which is us, GB Suns, down to 8th which is Box Hill United. There's 8 points in it.
Yeah.
So it's a very even sort of team.
Well, yeah, exactly. So there's 8 points between us and 8th position, then 10 points between us and 2nd place. So it really is from third down, it's almost like a different
conference.
Yeah. But in saying that, we can definitely make our way with the amount of games left. We can definitely push.
Well, how many games are left, do you know? Or am I just throwing you under the bus right there?
I know we go till the last week of No, we go through to September this year. I think it's the first or second week of September. So
7.
There
7
you go.
games.
So
21 points on offer.
That's definitely not off the table. That we could definitely
do with a win today.
We'll push for second, really.
Yeah. We'll do with the win today against Box Hill, and that would be handy. I mean, they do have a goal difference of -18, so you do think from that they are pretty... They're not the strongest down back.
Box Hill are the kings of drawing.
Okay. Even though they've only drawn one this year.
Drawn one this year?
Yeah. 7 wins, 1 draw and 13 losses.
Okay, maybe that was last year.
Maybe it might have been. Sorry.
Thanks, Michael.
That's right.
But in saying that, when we played them last time, 4-3.
Yeah.
So it was
a tight tussle, and we went down in that, didn't we?
Yeah.
After leading into stoppage time.
Yeah. So it's.
Sorry to bring up old wounds.
Yeah, this is not turning out great for me.
For the GB Suns. Anyway, let's keep moving.
But yeah, so
Matt's back this week.
Yep, and we've definitely developed from where we did play them earlier on in the year to now. So I think as well, we're probably going in this week with one of the strongest sides that we've had all season.
Cody Selwood going to start? Do you reckon?
Look,
or is he carrying an injury at the moment?
Cody is injury prone.
Yep.
Sorry, Captain, but. You are. And in saying that, this week, due to a Sunday game, due to weather, due to power outages.
Yes, you had issues with that. You would have had issues on Tuesday, wouldn't you?
Only trained Thursday this week. So because of that, I don't know with the players that may have missed last week or come off injured last week how they're going to go this week. I know a few of them are keen to get back into it, but you've really got to look at the time put in on the training pitch.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that you can... Because there's no point in putting a player on or starting a player, to last a few minutes.
No, that's exactly right.
In saying that as well, there's no point in bringing an injured player on to play the last 20, 25, them lasting 10, and it's a waste of a sub.
Yep.
So, yeah, look, I think that's something that the management team will take into consideration and work out who's the best fit.
Fair enough. No, that's fair enough. So, so Matt comes back. Anybody else coming back or going out, do you know, that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the strongest side that we've had. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything that's standing in our way at the moment. But with that as well, I guess in the 20s they may be without Joe Worrell again this week. I know he didn't train at all this week.
Okay.
Unwell. Had still made the trip to Melbourne. Is still keen to get on the pitch. Joe, we've said this before.
If you're not right, don't do it.
And it always seems to be Joe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then as well, I think we'll have the opportunity this week to hopefully see Zach Balaburoff on the pitch. He's someone who is definitely good enough to be there.
Yep.
But is in a position where we've got more than one player, I guess, that's in the position that can play there, and he's constantly just missing out. But he is playing also 90 minutes in the 20s before stepping up to sit on the bench in the seniors. So it's at the same time, I don't think Zach is too worried if he's not getting a run because he's done after the 20s.
No, that's fair enough too. You got to have one or the other.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, all right, fair enough. So that's this afternoon, 3:15.
Correct.
Awesome. All right.
In Wembley.
At Wembley.
At
Congratulations, boys. You're playing at Wembley. Well done.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at what's going on BASL-wise.
Yes.
It does look like it is rivalry weekend where all the Shep teams are playing each other.
I tell you what, though, first, quickly, can we touch on last week?
Yeah, okay.
I was so surprised with the Tatura United score.
Yeah, 2-0 to United.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. I didn't.
I don't think there would have been a lot of people that did.
I definitely thought that Tatura would have scored. But they've had a little bit of a hit and miss lately, and it'll be interesting to see how they go this week. But we did get a few yellows out of that game as well. So we've got Jared Backway and Sean Grant each with a yellow.
Sean Grant's in the 90th minute, so
is that frustration, Shawnee?
I reckon that would be frustration.
Come on, Shawnee. Pull it together.
You're better than that.
And then we had Fabrice scoring for Shepparton United and Moe Al-Musawi. I
Well
hopefully
Good
got
job.
that right.
I'll say
Sorry
that's
if I
correct.
didn't.
Congratulations.
Then we had Shep again without a win last week against Moama Chuka Raiders. Now, I say it every week. I just want Shep to win a game. I need them to win. I feel for them. I know they're lads. They're a bunch of mates doing it fun, but
at the same time, there needs to be a win on the board. There needs to be another win on the board.
Yeah. And Shepparton South 4 defeated Golden City 1 with Joel Aiken, Justin Cirillo and Joel Patafio all scoring and an own goal as well. So
Yep.
that one's not great, but, happens.
No, that's it. So the ladder... Well, do you want to quickly... We'll go through the ladder quickly?
Yeah, so Strathdale on 36 points with Shepparton United. It's in second position with 35 points. So another win this weekend could possibly push them to top spot.
Well, yeah, because Strathdale got the bye this week, so...
And then Eagle Hawk on 34, Shepparton South on 28, Tatura on 27. So for Tatura to make the 4...
Is it a top 4?
As far as I'm aware, it's always been a top 4.
Okay.
So it's the first year that I am aware that only 2 Shepparton teams are in the top 4. There's usually the 3.
Yep.
So come on, Tat, Louis, Shawnee, get a wriggle on.
Let's go.
Come on.
Come on, boys.
And then we've got Shep in 10th position on 10 points. So, yeah.
And so this weekend at McEwen Reserve, Shep United versus Shep South.
I know, that's like...
That's just derby day. That'll be mouthwatering.
The big derby's South Tat
Yep.
and Shep United. That always has been. But this is the home ground rivalry.
Yeah, okay.
This is we share a pitch.
It's mine. No, it's mine. No, it's mine.
Yeah. It's Frankie Lagana's.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly right.
It's a Frankie Lagana pitch, guys.
We've named it the Frankie Lagana pitch. We really need to get that organised.
Yeah.
Need to put that up on social medias and see what we
100.
can do.
Well, hey, he's played for all 3 teams that call that pitch home.
Shep United, Shep South, and GV Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's the Frankie Lagana pitch.
It's the Frankie Lagana pitch. Makes sense. Makes complete sense.
I mean, need I say more?
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. And Shep taking on Tatura at Vibert Reserve. So how good's this? There's football, for those that are interested, or round ball football, making sure we got the right people interested in that one.
The one that you use your feet more than your hands.
Yeah, that's exactly right. In Shep tomorrow. 2 games in Shep.
2 games.
That's
There's
pretty
no
good.
excuse.
No excuse.
Get down there.
Get down. Vibert Reserve sees Shep take on Tatura. You would think Tat would win that pretty comfortably.
You would, but
You
you never know.
You want to see Shep win another game, don't you?
I want to see Shep win, but at the same time,
What are you going to do? What do you? Which game would you go to tomorrow?
I'd go to... Oh, I don't want to say that.
Oh, I just thought I'd put it out there. You try and go to half of the game each.
Do you know what? This is what I would do, right?
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're figuring out what Bianca's doing tomorrow.
So what you do is you go down to McEwen Reserve, because that's going to be the big one.
Yep.
All right?
Watch the first half there.
But
No.
you need to make sure that you're on the social media, or you've got a contact at the other game, and you need to find out what the score is coming into half-time.
Right.
If it's close, get in the car and go to the other game, because after half-time, life hack, it's free entry anyway.
That's exactly right. We do say support the clubs.
Yes.
But still, after half time, it is free.
And then you can just have beers or drinks or food or whatever at their canteen and support them that way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, fair enough. Hey, that's what I do at the GV Suns occasionally.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Cough, cough.
Cough, cough. That's certainly because I'm doing other things. But yeah, no, that's not a bad option.
So yeah, definitely support them all.
Both. Yeah.
See what you can do, and
Awesome.
yeah.
Cool. All right. And quick final wrap of the World Cup.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if we touched on that
It was last Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The final?
literally,
Anyway.
I feel like it's been so long ago, and
I agree.
You know, now it's like we're going back into the English Prem.
Well, it's almost time for that to kick
I
off.
can't believe it. Hey,
And there's been so much movement in regards to the A-League and all that sort of thing. We'll get all that sort of wrap done probably about September.
Yeah.
When the finals are on for everything else.
I think so.
But congratulations. I'm begrudgingly saying this. Congratulations to France for winning the World Cup.
Well, I'm just like...
Well done to Croatia for getting there. Well done to Belgium for taking third place.
Yeah.
But in all honesty...
Well done on the bronze.
Well, I'm saying well done on the bronze, but it's better than finishing fourth.
I know. Who did finish fourth?
You want to say it or do you want me to?
Does it?
And Craig Carley and all these sort of guys are just, all these guys are sitting there going, would you stop bagging us out already? Jamie, your team is your last name's not good anymore.
Oh, poor Jay.
No, but in all honesty, I say begrudgingly purely because, and this is where a lot of the people, and I need to wrap this up because we need to move on to what's coming up next, but with a bit of hockey. But for me, I watched the second half of the France-Belgium game. And I only got to watch that purely because I was just in the airport coming back to Australia from Auckland. The diving is disgraceful.
Yeah.
And I reckon I've worked out why Australians, a lot of Australians, don't like watching soccer. It's because of the diving.
Agreed.
And from that, Australians see that as cheating.
I agree.
And you look at what happened with Dave Warner, Cam Bancroft, and Steve Smith and how they got held over the coals. Australians do not like cheating, and that's purely and simply all that is. For the Frenchmen to come out, even when we played them in the first game, in the group stage, and say, yep, I deliberately dived. For us, that's not very nice. The sportsmanship on show in the latter part of that game against Belgium was disgraceful.
Well,
I don't know who it was, but he deliberately played the ball away after a throw-in or a free kick or something like that. Referee gave him a yellow card. I looked at it, and it was that blatantly that he time wasting. I looked at it and went, why wouldn't you just give him a red?
Yeah. Look, I think as well, like, time wasting it is, I know we've got to go, but time wasting is definitely something that happens, and it could be if the ball goes out for the throw, don't run and get it, walk and get it, walk back and get it. That does happen, okay? But when you take it a little bit too far, then it's like, come on, referee, you need to control the game.
Yeah.
At the same time as well, with the diving, especially with players like Neymar, I understand that he's a big player, but all that needs to happen is the first time he does it, you bring him aside, you say, do it again, you'll get a yellow.
Yep.
If he does it again, give him the card.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Hopefully that does quiet it down a little bit.
And the next thing, which we'll talk about another day, is the crowding of the ref anyway. But that happens in all different soccer. So.
Yeah.
Hey, cheerio quickly to Josh Rochelle, who's been selected for the... Where did I see this?
The Joeys?
The Joeys.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic to see. He's a local bloke.
Yep.
Congratulations on that. And maybe we'll see a local playing for the Socceroos one day.
Never know.
Well, that's it. Bianca, thank you very much.
No problem. See you next week.
Have a good one, and we'll talk again next week.